What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tiffany here, and I would like to welcome you to the Positive Black Space. If you're new here, this channel is about uplifting and empowering Black people doing positive things every day. So I wanted to just say welcome if you are new here, and if you are a returning viewer, I want to say thank you for coming back to join us and join in on our conversations that we have here on the Positive Black Space. If you are new and you like this kind of content, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and join the family. We would love to have you here. And if you're a returning viewer, please hit the notification bell so that you won't miss one upload that we have to give to you every week. Also, if you want to just converse with us on a daily basis, we are on IG and Facebook at the Positive Black Space. So go ahead and follow us on both of our social media platforms, and we would love to talk to you there. So I'm so excited about today's show. It's going to be an amazing show. I have a very special guest just for you that's going to come and share with you what she is doing in the community that's positive. I'm super excited. So I would love to have you join us and stay with us. Stay tuned. Everybody, I am so excited. I told you earlier that we have a special guest, and when I say she is special and beautiful and wonderful, I mean that. I am so happy and blessed and excited to have this wonderful woman on the show. She is a wife, a mother, she is a first lady, hello. She is a wonderful daughter, and now she can add to her resume, she is an author. And we're here to discuss and talk about her project. We'll get to that in a minute, but I first want to introduce you to Mrs. Kim Blount.
Hey guys, I am super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Of course. So if you just want to introduce yourself fully, I mean, I know I gave a little synopsis, right? I just gave a little tidbit of who you are. Yeah. Tell the people just all about yourself. What are you about? All those things.
Again, my name is Kim. Call me Kimmy, but I'm a dancer, a singer. Of course, you put out there, I'm a mother of three that I birthed, but I inherited two extra beautiful children with my husband. We have our ministry, just been in ministry all my life, since birth, so it's pretty much it. I have my dance ministry, which is Anointed One Ministries. I have my business ministry, which is the outreach ministry called Blount Ministries, to encourage people being lifted out of mess, to basically push them with their business, to push them to get to wherever they want to go. Awesome. So that is pretty much what geared me to where I am today.
Listen, when I tell you, see, this is what I'm saying. I try to tell you, I bring you the very best. God has really just divinely connected me with people that I've known for many years now. I've known Kim for many years before she had children. And it's been an amazing journey for you, and just to watch you grow into the woman that you are today, and now to just call you an author, it's a joy. It's a joy to my heart. And it's all about what we talk about here at the Positive Black Space. We love to just big up us, our people. We're doing great things in this world. We're doing positive things. And all the things that you have to offer, this is what I'm talking about right here. Yeah. So let's just get right into with this journey with you writing this book. Yeah. It is called What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. This is a book of poetry that will soothe your soul and heal your wounds. This is pinned from heaven's throne onto Kim's pad to help out the people in the world. And I believe that it is something that was given to you in this time? Do you believe like it was divine for this hour? Do you
Yes.
believe that?
Yes, because so many people, in that my sub is don't die in the process. There's so many of us that have struggled in whatever process, whatever we've gone through, whatever we've had to deal with, and we felt like we're gonna die.
Yeah.
We felt like we're not gonna be able to get through whatever we're dealing with. But in all actuality, we didn't die in the process.
Right.
We actually overcame all of the things that we went through. So the encouragement is like, listen, what didn't kill me, it got me to where I am, and it made me stronger. It made me who I am today.
Yeah.
Because I needed to go through that process.
Exactly.
So that I can help somebody else get out of their process. So I believe that that's what, you know, in this season, you know, I've heard and I've talked to people where they're just like, Kim, that's what I looked like when I was going through. I felt like this. But then when you look at me now, you don't know my process.
Right.
But when you get through the process and get to where I am, this is what I look like.
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So in the process of creating this book, what was the backstory behind the book? Let's just start there on the basis. What gave you the unction to even put this together? If you can even put that into 4 words, take your time with it. I know it's a lot when you're, you know, creating. It's a lot. Yeah. So what gave you the unction just to do it? Like, let's go for this.
Well, I had my autobiography, and it was like, well, nobody knows you. Nobody knows who you are. Okay. So you can sit here and write your autobiography, but it's only going to go through, it's going to go to this point. That's what the Lord dropped in my spirit. Like, people don't know you yet. Right. The only people that know you is they're around you. That's it. So I need you to go a little bit deeper. There are so many people that love poetry. Right. And if you give them a synopsis of whatever you've gone through, you'll find out that a lot of people have gone through the same thing. So not only do you touch the single mother, not only do you touch the one that felt depressed, that felt suicidal, that have been molested, that have potentially felt like giving up. Right. In all of that, you get to a point where you're like, okay, this is how I've been being very transparent. Yeah. Where you as being in a relationship, still married to somebody, but then you get into another relationship while you're going through your divorce. Hello. One
real
of those
talk.
Situations.
We're talking about real issues that people are dealing with.
So those are the things that I dealt with where I lost myself. So while I was going through my divorce, when I was separated from my husband, my ex-husband, I ended up getting with else, which is my son's father, my youngest son's father, and getting pregnant while I'm in court. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm 6-7 months.
So a very messy situation.
It was a messy situation. Yeah. Talking to the judge like, this isn't his child, but you're pregnant, and you know. Yeah. And I'm not the one initiating the cheating. But I tell people, this is what people don't understand. When I was separated, even though he initiated the cheating, I still cheated too. Because legally, I was still married. Right. So I still should have waited and made sure everything. I should have been working on Kim. Yeah. That's what everybody don't get. You need to work on yourself. Yeah.
So you learned a major lesson, a life lesson. Oh my goodness. In the process, God is still teaching you. You're learning from what you went through, so that you can save somebody's life from making a horrible mistake or putting themselves in a situation that they never would have. Oh my God! How did I get here? So I'm the testimony here. I'm the preventive measure, so you can know. And it's important that you have that transparency, because people need to connect and know, okay, I'm not the only one, like you said, dealing with this issue. It ain't just me. You know, and the enemy, the devil, we know he's real. He will have you thinking like you good, like you good, or like you by yourself, like no one ever else experienced what you experienced. But it's a real process. So all of those things, those issues you're discussing in these poems but it actually is connecting to the real life you know, issues that people are dealing with. Absolutely. That is amazing. And that's powerful. And in that, I know you had to deal with your own issues of, okay, how are people going to accept this?
Right.
How are people going to getting over those internal issues? Because this is what we're working on right now is my Take the Leap series. This really was a leap of faith for you.
Absolutely.
To put yourself out there in that way. Tell
people,
us about that.
Yeah, people see me right now. It's interesting you asked me that, because on Sunday when I spoke at our service with the young people, I told them, I said, you know, a lot of people would see me at church. They'd be like, oh, she's so innocent.
Yeah.
Until I got pregnant. Oh, she's not so innocent.
Right.
And then got pregnant again. Oh, she really ain't that innocent.
Right.
Oh, and then now she's pregnant with somebody else's child, but she's still married. Oh, she really got a problem. Yeah. So all of those things, it's like, dude, that was my number one problem. Yeah. You know, I didn't have the smoking. I didn't have the drinking. Yeah. We all have our issues to overcome. Right. So my issue was that I was singing on the praise team. I was dancing, but I was still doing stuff behind closed doors. Yeah. So I was in one of my poems. It's titled "On the Fence," and "On the Fence" talks about me being cold, not knowing if I'm cold, not knowing if I'm hot, not knowing if I'm lukewarm. And at the end of it, I'm like, Kim, it's okay, boo, because everybody else is doing it too. But my accountability, this is like the line, but my accountability tells me to get it together. Right. You can't do the same thing everybody else is doing. Right. You can't be hypocritical. So you have to get it together. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm not going to be in sin because I'm in my flesh. But I had to go to the altar and say, God, I love what I do. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. But I don't want to live here. Right. If I'm supposed to be about kingdom. Right. I'm supposed to be about my Father's business. Help me get me together. Right. So I had to take me out of the equation and say, okay, how can I help people in this? Because this is rough. Yeah. This is rough. And when people would come to me and say, Kim, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what you got to tell me? You're probably going to tell me something I've heard already. So tell me. And they tell me, I'm like, you wanted to know my story? Hold on, let me tell you something. Yeah. You know, last week, I did the same thing. They like, oh, really? Yeah, really. Believe it or not, y'all, people think I don't, in the song that Ty Tribbett came out with, I don't look like what I've been through. Bro. Right. I don't look like what I've been through. So in that, I had to say, you know what, close your ears. God had to say, close your ears to people and help yourself get truly free from this thing. Yeah. Because the only way you're going to get free is if you close your ears to the naysayers. Close your ears to those that are going to say, oh, she's that one. Yeah. Oh, but you got like 5 wives. Yeah. Don't play with me. Yeah. and focusing on when God, that's how God deals with us. He's so great. Yes. And just how much he loves us as people. And his people, and when you really surrender to his will and his way, you know, you're like, okay, I'll take my hand off of this. I really want to do what's right in your sight. I want to be right with you. Yes. So in that, now, because after you go through your process, and you're on the other side of it now, right? You're on the other side of all of the testimony and everything you've been through. You're no longer that woman. You're no longer that person. You've been created new, right? Yes. So now you're here, and now I have to tell my testimony. I have to give what I've learned to others. Yeah. And it can be like when you say close your ears to the naysayers, I want you all to just take that as a real nugget, because you do have to do that, especially when you're living out the dream and the vision that God has impressed upon you to do. To help someone else. To help someone else. Because it doesn't look like what everybody else believes it should look like. You're not the one to everybody else. Like, wait, she's the one that you picked her? Yeah, I picked her to do it. I picked her. It's just like David. Yeah. He out of his brothers. Yes. He was the one. Yeah. And you're picked out to do it. Yes. And you're walking in purpose. Yeah. So that is the powerful thing. That just strikes me so deep, because it is a real thing that people deal with. Yeah. And they need to know that they can connect with someone that understands. Absolutely. And that wants to see them go from darkness to light. Yes. They want to see them on the other side of things. Yeah. Okay. And that there's a process to this thing. Absolutely. That everything doesn't happen like that. And talking about how everything doesn't happen like that, let's talk about you
putting this book together,
Yeah.
what was that journey in just creating the book, like putting it together, getting with the right people, finding, what was that like? How was that process for you?
So the process was a little difficult for me because the one thing that I have struggled with in my past is being dyslexic. Mm-hmm. So writing, I don't write all day, right? And I was always the one that was like pushing books away.
Yeah.
I'm not reading nothing. Yeah. I'm not writing nothing.
Yeah.
But then people would be like, Kim, help me write. Help me write what?
Yeah.
Kim, how do you spell what?
Yeah.
You better Google it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in my process, I tried to go one way where I tried to get help with a friend of me to help me with my book. And they shut their ears, they shut their mouth, they shut everything to me, but they were an author. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So a year later, after I get married, I sent my autobiography to somebody, and they were like, yeah, that's nice, but you need to do it. I said, okay, great. I put it down. Because reading my autobiography hurts. My actual autobiography. I was just like, I can't. It makes me go back into depression reading this. Yeah. I gotta wait to finish this book. Right. So the Lord was like, do it this way. Mm-hmm. Write these poems because people need to hear your heart. Yeah. And they're gonna actually accept this because it's poetry. Yeah. Not your autobiography. Yeah. It's quick. And people want that quick. Yeah. That's one thing that I realized. Everybody don't want to read They don't want to read 10,000 pages. Yeah. 31 is good.
But let me tell you, reading is fundamental.
It is fundamental.
Just so you know.
So don't take that.
We need you to read today. That's the problem that we have in the world. We need you to read.
My struggle has always been reading. But people, when I sat back, I'm not Michelle Obama. I'm not Oprah, but that doesn't mean my book doesn't mean that.
Listen, you're Kim.
I'm Kim.
You're Kim.
And that means...
And you have your story.
Have a story.
Exactly.
So in this process, I got with my mentor. And when I got with her, she told me, this is what you need to do. Mm-hmm. This is how much it's going to cost. And I was like, scratching my head like... Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't say that's too much. Yeah. And that's one thing that a lot of us have an issue with. Mm-hmm. If somebody gives you a $2,000 budget, they say it's going to cost you $2,000. They're like, oh, that's too much. Yeah. You're going to discount yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That means you don't know your worth. Mm-hmm. So when I was told how much it was going to cost me to publish my book, how much it was going to cost me to do my the audio for my book, all of that, I said, okay, God, listen. I need this amount of money. Yeah. And when I finished getting it published, everything was paid for in full. Perfect. The day, probably a week after I got it published, I finished the audio, boom, it was paid for. Listen. And I'm like, God, nothing came out of my house. Nothing came from my house. Yeah. Everything was paid for. God, this is how I know it's God. And I tell people my whole little side thing, when it's God, it's easy. Yeah. So when God puts it together, the plan for God, it's easy. So what happened, it took me a year to actually sit down and plan it, get it together, but it really took me 3 months to get this published. Listen. I want you to take in the fact that when you trust in God. Yes. Right? Because when you're taking leaps of faith, you literally are not trusting in your own self. And most of the time, we don't have everything. No. Listen, you're not going to have everything together. It's never going to be boom, 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 perfect. Yeah. Right? Yeah. There's always going to be something you always want to work on. Yes. We always want to get it real perfect. We always want to get it really right. And it's never going to be just that. Yeah. And so you have to have that understanding. This is a process. But when he decides to put something inside of you, because it's not from man, it's not from yourself, right? This is from God, a God-given vision. Right. When he decides to put that, it's his job to fund it. Listen. Right. It's your vision. He said, "This is your vision. This is the vision I gave you." Right. So now it's up to God. It's God's job to fund it for you. It's God's job to direct you and lead you, and He will. And He will divinely connect you with people. Yes. He will divinely connect you with. I believe in that 100%. It is His way and His will. Yep. And so
I want to encourage somebody out there that if you have a dream and you believe that it's too big, too, like, I don't got all, listen, just start. Just start. Once you start seeing the pieces will come together. You can't just sit on, dreaming is just, let me just sit here on this dream. No, you have to actually step out. Let's do it. When we're taking a leap, we're actually jumping up and going for it.
Absolutely.
Now, it takes steps to get there, because you have to, find the right people. You have to get together with work with them. All of those things are important, right?
Yeah. And with that, in that process, on what you're saying, that God literally put a team together.
All right.
My team was thebomb.com. When it comes to my mentor, Alicia George, when it comes to my stylist, my makeup artist, Tara Williams, and Shahara, that's her Instagram. And when it comes to my photography, Mr. Will Utley, when it comes to my designer, Valika Williams, all of them, to my nails, Victoria Evans, all of them took my vision and said, Kim, this is what I see.
And let me tell you this. This is something that Kim, little snippet she shared with me. All of those people are Black people doing positive things, working on their dreams, and made someone else's dream come true.
Yes.
Listen, this is how connected we all are. And this is why on this platform I always talk about how positive we are. And we are really doing things that are major. And there are people out there, Black people, working together. Loving on each other and pushing up each other so that we can see each other's dreams come true.
Yeah.
We're out there. I don't care what the media try to tell you. I don't care what you've been fed, what lies you've been told to you. This is real. Like, this connection and positivity and people doing positive things for our communities, it's real.
Yeah.
It's real. Yeah. You just have to step out of yourself.
That's it.
And ask for the help. How important, I want to talk about that. How important was it to you to ask for help in the process?
I felt it was very important because I knew I couldn't do this by myself. And just like you said, the vision that God gave, it was bigger than me.
Right.
Because I had the vision.
Yeah.
And even when it came to Tara, when I sat down and I told Tara, I want you to help me. I want you to style me. And she was just like, huh?
Yeah. And
she's so humble. I love it. I love my girl. Again, we've known Tara for years.
Yes.
So that and just the growth, her pushing me always.
Yeah.
But when she gets in her mold and she's like, Kim, I see this and I see this, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting, because part of what you saw was what I saw too.
Yeah.
But then, even with Will, him taking my photography and bringing it to life and saying, sis, this is what I see.
Yeah.
To Alicia George telling me, daughter, this is what I see.
Yeah.
I see this. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys really have taken my vision. You have literally carried it. It's like, who can I trust my baby with?
Yeah.
This is what I've learned in business 101 when I was working in business with one of my mentors. He said to me, who would you trust your children with? That's who you do business with.
Right.
So if I can't trust leaving my kids with you for 5 minutes, I can't trust you with my vision.
Right. Right.
So when I gave them my vision, they were like, this is what I see, daughter.
Yeah.
This is what I see, sis. This is what I see, friend. This is what I see. We gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't agree with me, let me know.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm taking what you say. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
With
you are connected to the vision and the dream, and it's important to really, really. I want to hone in on that too. Is connecting with the right people.
Yeah. Yeah.
People, and I talk about this, is really being able to give your vision in a safe place.
Right.
Telling people about your vision and your thoughts, it has to be safe.
It has to be. Your
support system, you have to be able to be like, okay, I can fall back and into your care and be comfortable because I'm safe here.
Right.
And I know you want to carry the vision, not control the vision. I know you want to carry the vision and not take over it and steal it. Right. I really wanted, how important was that you had someone help you, but that support system was valuable, right? In making this book and putting this together.
Yeah. Where they didn't take it and say, this is what we're doing.
Right.
It's like, okay, this is what I see. Mm-hmm. And even this, because I just thought about this, even with my producer when it came to the audio part, Anthony Williams for PID Productions, when I got in the studio with him, he said, "Sis, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to let you listen to the beats and listen to this." And he was like, "You let me know." And I said, "Tony, I'm easy." Yeah. I said, "Sir, I'm just here. Yeah. And you let me know if I sound right. Yeah. And I'm going to go with the flow." But he was so, everybody that I dealt with was very humble. And they were just like, "This is what I see." Yeah. But sometimes, I'm going to just say this, sometimes because a person knows how to work it, they have to take the control. Yeah. Because you won't know how to do it.
But you have to, it's you giving the control, right? They didn't just say, come on, let me take over. This because this the vision is given to you, right? Yes. What you want to convey, but you've given, because
control.
And you know why you gave it to them? Because you trusted them. Yep. Because the safety was there.
Absolutely.
And it's valuable when you are jumping out into the waters. Right. You really don't know where this is going. You just know you trust what's been given to you to do, right? So you're going out for your dreams. You're reaching and stretching yourself to the place that you want to be in. Absolutely. So you need that okay, I'm already in the I don't know, but to have someone that you could say, okay,
just do.
Yeah, just do what you know how to do. The expert, you're the expert at. Yeah. And that's another thing about when you're going for your dreams is finding the experts to help you do what you need to do. How important was that for you to find the people that actually can be the expert to help you do? Because we could when we have a vision and a dream, the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of times people have big dreams and they try to do it all themselves. By themselves. Yeah.
Or they find somebody. This was my thing, because I was talking to my god sister on the phone, and she was like, "Okay, Kim, so who's doing your photography?" I said, "Oh, Will." And she was like, "Well, how much?" And I said, "This much." And she was like, "That's high." I said, "No, it's not." Yeah. So I'm explaining something to you. I said, "He got quality work." I want quality work. I could go with anybody. I know a lot of photographers. Yeah. But I told Will a long time ago, I said, when I come out with my first book, I told him like 8 years ago. Yeah. So when I come out with my first book, you will be my photographer. Yeah. And I said, I don't care if you're in London. Yeah. I don't care if you're in Paris. I'm flying to you. Right. And you're doing my book, sir. Exactly. Because I need people to know your quality work. I need people to know who you are. Even back then.
This is how we support each other.
Even back then when I could have went with anybody.
Right. Right.
But they wouldn't have carried my baby the way that I needed it to be carried. So who do I deal with? William Utley. Yeah. Who can put a price tag on that? You can't. It's priceless.
On that, having the great quality work that you want. Right. Working with who you are comfortable and safe with to carry out the vision, because you want it to come out exactly the way you see it. And what he's giving you, and you can trust that you're going to do what I have been telling you to do or asking you to do, and working together to create the vision. Absolutely. That's powerful because it's. I feel like so many people feel like they need to do it all themselves. They really, and that's what stops people. That really stops people from completing the vision. Yes. Imagine had you just tried to do everything. Write the book, take the picture. And what happened? And what happened?
8 years later.
Exactly.
8 years later, the autobiography is still sitting on the computer. So
you have to be aligned. It is important. And I think that's valuable. What you're saying is trusting someone with your baby, your vision. Yeah. Because they need to, listen, I need to trust what you're doing. Okay? Yeah. That's where I was. Tell us the story behind the title.
So I love Kelly Clarkson. Right? Okay. She came up with a song with "What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger." Everybody knows the song. Yeah. And I was just like, I love the song, but God was like, I remember being somewhere. When I was married to a army guy,
Mm-hmm.
and so my first marriage, it was very interesting because people used to call me Sergeant Mom because I was like,
yeah,
you gonna do it this way,
yeah.
you know. And so in that process, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Where in the military, you have your soldiers and you go through the war,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like there's people that have lost limbs,
Mm-hmm.
there are people that have lost loved ones in their process,
Yeah.
and it was like, okay, that's where the title came back to me,
Mm-hmm.
where it said, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger."
Yeah.
It really sticks because in reality, you go through a process.
Yeah.
Everybody goes
Mm-hmm.
through a birthing pain.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Job experience.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went through my Job experience,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but you didn't die though.
Yeah.
So in that, I had to accept everything that I went through. It hurt.
Right.
I was hurting. I felt like giving up. I felt like I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But in that, I didn't die.
Right.
So the title came out of just me basically saying, okay, God, this thing didn't hurt. It hurt, but it didn't kill me.
Yes. Yes.
It only made me stronger. So therefore, when you're trying to lift weights,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you feel like you're going to die.
Resistance. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
resistance, it's
Mm-hmm.
serious. But then when 2 days later, you're back on it. You're just
Yeah.
okay.
It builds your character. You build your
Yeah.
strength. You build your muscle. Like
Yeah.
you've gotten your muscle ready for
what
that.
What you had to go through.
And it's something that you said earlier when you said it took you 8 years. We know that's new beginnings. So
Yes.
it's a fresh new start.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a birthing of a new thing in your life.
Yeah.
You have a whole new,
Everything.
like a new everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so the process may take you some time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It may take a little time to get there.
Yeah.
But you got there. Which is beautiful because it's like through all that, like you said, what didn't kill you made you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're more wise.
Yes.
Now you can teach.
Yeah.
Now you can show by example. You know,
Yeah.
you can really be the light
Yes.
that
God
he calls us to be.
Right.
You know, and really do that with excellency. And that's beautiful, Kim, because it may look like darkness. It may look
Absolutely.
like tragedy. It may look like, oh, why did I make all those choices? Da, 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 da. But you were being formed. You were being formed and fashioned into the person you are.
Yeah.
So this book of poetry is beautiful. What is your very favorite poem in the book?
Oh my God.
Do you have a favorite poem?
Whew. Man, so many. Well, to pick just one.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, I'm teetering because it's either The Heart of a Mother
Mm-hmm.
on the fence.
Okay.
The Heart of a Mother is dedicated to my kids.
Awesome. Oh.
So I dedicated a poem to them because I needed people to know
Mm-hmm.
when I was a single mother,
Mm-hmm.
in the process of everything. A situation had come up with my youngest son in school,
Mm.
and I told his teacher, I said, if I got to quit everything,
Right.
if I got to quit my job, if I got to quit doing singing on the praise team, dancing, whatever I got to do.
Yeah.
And I told my mother the same thing. And she was like, no. I said, listen, the one thing I do know
Mm-hmm.
is my son is going to be in this classroom, and he's going to pay attention, and he's not going to be beating up other people's kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I got to sit in the classroom just until he gets it together,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And and my other kids, if I need to sit there with them so that I can get them where they need to be,
Yeah.
then I'm going to do it, because nobody else, first off, it's nobody else's responsibility.
Right.
They didn't birth them.
Right.
My mother was my helping me, assistant, helping me while I
Yeah.
was going to
Yeah.
work. But you didn't birth these
Right.
kids. I did.
Right. It's my responsibility.
It's my responsibility.
Yeah.
So if I got to take some time off from work, come here, sit here for him to understand, no, sir, you're going to be in class.
Yeah.
Then I'll do it.
Yeah.
So in the process, I literally wrote the poem to just tell people, listen, I will give up everything to tell my kids, hey, I love you.
It's beautiful.
Because when I walk, and there's a line in there, when I walk through the door, I don't know what else will work, but when I walk through the door, when my kids tell me they love me, I know that's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if my job's going to work out. I don't know. Sometimes people be like, I don't know if my marriage is going to work out. I don't know if this friendship is going to work out. But my kids, I know that's going to work because guess what? I love on them. They love on me. Right now, they love me. When they become a teenager, they can't stand me.
We praying. But that's a part. That's a part of the process of parenting, you know. And I feel like it's so valuable.
Yeah.
What you're saying, and that's beautiful. You know, it's a true testimony to those mothers out there doing it,
and
working,
fathers.
and fathers.
Because
they're single fathers and mothers out there working.
Even though a heart of a mother is about a mother, but I know fathers that will give up everything for their children, and make sure that they do. And I'm
just
not
great
saying
parents, just great parents.
Not saying it in the way of like, oh well, I'm gonna, you know, being what's the word? Basically not being smart about your decisions.
Right.
But understand that you're not going to allow somebody else to raise your kids.
Of course.
So that in that
taking that responsibility to and then you are pouring into your generation, your legacy.
Right.
That you're leaving on the earth.
Right.
You want them to be everything that God called them to be, that God purposed them to be in the earth. You know, you want them to be great. And you're taking that responsibility. It's so beautiful. So I can see why you connect to that the most, because it's you know, a part of your makeup. It's not all of who you are, but it's a part of who you are. And that speaks, I'm sure that speaks to someone out there like, wow, that right there speaks to me. I know I'm a parent that love my kids and want them to do everything and be everything that they're supposed to be in the world. That's great. That's positive. Yes. And it's so valuable, you know, and those moments are valuable. They'll never forget it.
Never. And people will see, oh yeah, she did everything. Yeah. Because that's the one thing that I realized with us as people of color, if you will, you know, they always say, well, she don't, you know, she not this mother. You know, they put those stereotypes where it's like, oh, she's a single mother. She don't, but she don't take her kids first. We birth them, but then we don't put them first. They didn't ask to be here. Right. And that's also in the line. They didn't ask to be here. Right. So why am I going to tell them, no, you figure it out? Yeah. That's a part of being a parent. Why am I going to tell them to figure it out? No, I need to teach you so that you can't figure it out later. Yeah. I need to teach you the fundamentals about being an entrepreneur if that's what you want to be. Right. So, baby, if you want to be an entrepreneur at 8, let me teach you. Right. Right. I'm not going to wait until you go figure it out. Because that's the problem that some of us have. Yeah. Because we don't know how to do it. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah. It can be a very big issue for us in our community, but there are parents, and there are Black parents that are out there parenting their children. Yeah. And you are showing that in what you're saying right now, in your tenacity and in your will. Because being a single mother doesn't mean that you have to give up on your children. No. Doesn't mean that their children have to have less than. There's things that you will have, obstacles that you have to overcome, which we all see, and it's evident. Like, it's evident. Single mom, single dad, you know, those are things that you have to deal with. Yeah. And there are parents out there, Black parents, okay? I don't care what the media is telling you. I go back to that. Right. We are raising our children. Absolutely. You know, I don't have kids myself per se, but I'm seeing that in the community. I've been raised by Black parents that loved me, nurtured me. You know, I have aunts, uncles, friends that have their children that they're nurturing. They're raising them to be respectful, honorable people in the world. Right. It's happening every day. Every day. Listen, and don't let anyone make you feel bad about being that mother, that father that loves their children, that wants the best for them, and doing everything that you possibly can. That's what's important. People need to understand that. As a mother, never let, it's so interesting you say, because I had to go to jury duty one time, right? And the one thing that I don't use is my children. I didn't use my children as first. Now that I'm married, you know, it's a little different. But when I was single, I had to go to court. And so the judge asked me, we went through the whole thing, and one of the ladies got up and they were like, oh, I can't because, I'm a single mother and da-da-da, like she used that as the reason, right?
Yeah.
So she got let go.
Dismissed, yeah.
And so I got up and the judge was like, well, why can't you say, oh, because I'm the breadwinner and da-da-da. They was like, oh, okay, 6 months. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was a single mother. But in my head, in my whole being, I never used that as a crutch. I never used that to say, oh, I can't do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
When I was in church, it was so funny because, being on the praise team, one of the choir members was like, Kim, let Kim do it because she's always on time. Now, they ain't got no kids.
Right. No excuses.
They didn't have no excuses.
Right.
But the one that had the 3 kids to get ready to be on time for praise and worship or sound check. I was
for
on
your
time.
Responsibilities, yeah.
I don't use the simple fact that I have children to say, oh, I can't do X, Y, and Z.
Right. That's important.
We got to get up. We got to do what we got to do.
Yes.
Time management is what it's called.
Yes.
Figure out your life. Time management. I made sure that I had a calendar. I'm like, listen, today is your day. Y'all not about to bother me. Figure out your life. Here's your day. Here's your day. Here's your day. Figure it out. I'm not about it.
That's beautiful. And in that, just talking about your kids, how important was it for you to birth this vision so that they could see?
I felt it was very important because I needed them to know that you can do whatever you put your mind to, even though I was deemed dyslexic.
Yeah.
And most people that are deemed dyslexic, there are many people that have wrote a book.
Yeah. There's listen, do you know how many people that are dyslexic that live their life daily and bountiful?
Yeah.
It's just a obstacle.
It's an obstacle.
A small obstacle that you can overcome,
yeah.
and you can be everything that, because he wouldn't have gave it to you if you weren't capable to do it.
Right.
And you had to believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna tell you how powerful that is. Because there's someone out there that may have a reading disorder. They may have but they have a vision and they feel like, I want to be an author.
Absolutely.
It's not beyond your reach.
It's not.
She's an example to let you know it's not beyond your reach.
It's not. So I had to show them, babies, it's okay.
Yeah.
And leave a legacy.
Yeah.
Because when I pass on, this is the first book of many.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 of you.
Yeah.
That means I gotta write at least 3 books.
Yeah.
Because each of you have to be left with something.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna leave this to my oldest, so you reap the benefits later, I need to write one for my daughter, and then I need to write one for my youngest.
Yeah.
So all 3 of them now can say, my mom left me with something.
Yeah.
And now I can go on with it.
That's beautiful.
I'm supposed to leave a legacy.
Yeah. So what legacy are you working on?
Oh,
that's what I want to ask you. We will pin it there.
Yes.
Say, what legacy are you working on? What are you doing to really leap out? So, Kim, you have a book signing coming up.
Yeah.
Right. What day? Tell the people.
It is September 25th. On a Friday evening, 7 p.m. in the city of Colton. If you will, I will be coming out with some flyers. The location is at the Impact Center, 455 West Valley Avenue in the city of Colton. 7 p.m. The doors will open and the show will begin at 7:30. I do have a little bit of something going on, a couple of guests coming out. So you guys come on out and check it out.
All right, and I'll give you all the information. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna put that. She's gonna send it to me. I'm gonna send it to you so you'll be aware.
Yes.
I'm just so blessed and so very proud of you, Kim, for stepping out and doing what it is that you knew that God called you to do, despite everything else, despite all the obstacles, despite all the shortcomings, despite whatever happened to try to delay the process, but you got to the purpose anyways. I'm even further, and there's more to come. We know that this is just the beginning of the story and the journey. Your journey is far from over, and we are so blessed to be in the seat to watch what is going to unfold in your life and what's to come. So I want you out there in the audience to go get What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. I want you to go pick this up. It's on Amazon, and also I don't know if you're offering to do signed copies for anyone.
I am.
If let the people
were
know.
to contact me on Facebook, which is under Kimmy Lene, or go on my IG. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stronger is STR. And go on there and inbox me. Let me know you want a signed copy. I can get you a signed copy as well. So you just got to go to those avenues. You can also go through my website to get the book. Mm-hmm. ladykblunt.com.
Listen, don't worry about it. I'm gonna write it in the description box. Okay, because she's excited. It's a lot of information to give you. She's excited, but don't worry. We're gonna put it all down in the description box below, and we're gonna be able to connect you with Kim. And if you want to talk to her, if you have some platform that you want her to come on or talk to a group of young women or young men, whoever, she's available. So reach out to her. You also know that you can reach out to us at the Positive Black Space on Facebook and IG. And if you need to get in touch with Kim, I will connect you with her, because that's what it is all about, is connecting us and building each other up to see each other succeed and be everything that we're supposed to be, period, point blank, because that is what we're supposed to do as a community, and I know that we are doing it. And if no one else in the world does it, we're gonna do it here, honey. So we're glad that you came. Get the book. It's only how much?
$15.
$15
through me. On Amazon, it is $12.99 plus shipping. So.
Listen, that's a small seed. Okay, that's not huge. It's not a lot of money. You can do it. You can just give up a couple of them little Starbucks that you drink, or a little meal or two, and support your sister. Listen, this is the time, and it's important for us to really support one another, because we know the small Black business is being affected by everything that's going on in the world, and so we need to support one another and really be the ones that saying, here, I support you. And you know how I support you? Not just with my words, with my dollars, because that is what is important, and it will come back around. Believe that.
Yes.
When we support someone else, it's going to come back around to you. So do it. Support my sister. Support your girl. She is on fire, and she's amazing, and you're going to be blessed by that poetry. It's going to minister to you. It's going to lift your spirits up, and you will connect with something in that book. I'm telling you right now, I'm the one to let you know. I wouldn't tell you anything else. So we know we always love to close it out with, we know this world is crazy, but it is always, always, always good to be positive. And to all my Black queens and kings out there, I want to say, stay Black, stay beautiful, stay bold, and you stay blessed.